Hi, welcome to Suspended in Thought. I was listening to a podcast recently where a philosopher was talking about the different forms of consciousness and what separates that of human beings from plants. And it's through one particular quality, self-consciousness. The idea that human beings are not only conscious, but they are also aware that they are aware. And that made me think about AI and our relationship with it. Because something in that dynamic has been irking me. AI doesn't have consciousness, which means in my interactions with it, nothing requires me to exercise mine. When ChatGPT misunderstands something I'm saying or gives me the wrong answer, I can respond however way I want, because also there's no one on the other side to hurt. But I find that troubling for myself. And I still don't want to, because how I respond matters to me. It still feels like a reflection of me. And I keep thinking, what does it say about my conscience if I'm only respectful when someone else can see it or requires it? Shouldn't how I show up still matter, regardless of who or what I'm showing up to? And I often wonder, how many of us are thinking about it that way? How many of us are consciously examining our relationship with AI? Now, I want to be clear. My concern has very little to do with whether AI has consciousness, but it has everything to do with what happens to mine while engaging with it. Because if self-consciousness is part of what distinguishes us as humans, then I feel like there's a responsibility in that. To fully live into that capacity, I have to continue exercising it. And perhaps that matters even more in a relationship where there is no one on the other side requiring it from me or reflecting it back to me. Because what happens to a capacity like a muscle when we stop practicing it? And perhaps that's what makes this relationship so unusual. AI doesn't feel, it doesn't get offended, it doesn't require patience. And remarkably quickly, it has become something we talk to, think alongside, depend on, spend hours with every day. Without it needing many of the things another person wants from us or of us. And I keep wondering how I'm supposed to be with it. What is my responsibility to it? And even more importantly, what is my moral responsibility to myself? And because I've been paying attention over the past few months, I've noticed a small change in the way I interact with AI. I've become more transactional, less patient. And I've only caught it because I was looking. And it's unsettling how easily I could have missed it. And it's made me wonder whether this is how we become what we repeatedly practice. And so far, we've practiced being human with each other. It's where we've learned how to love, how to disagree, how to apologize, how to carry another person's emotions alongside our own. Through all of it, we've developed ways of being with one another, and maybe even ways of being ourselves. AI sits outside that history, and perhaps that's why engaging with it feels so unfamiliar, because we don't yet know what our moral responsibility in that dynamic ought to be. What do we owe something that cannot feel? And what do we continue owing ourselves as the only self-conscious one in that relationship? And then, even more importantly, what impact do these exchanges have on us? And we're paying so much attention to how quickly AI is evolving, what it might become, but maybe we need to pause and turn some of that attention back towards ourselves, because we are evolving alongside. How conscious are we of who we're becoming? Because I feel what we repeatedly practice can become habit. And our habits over time become part of our character so gradually that we barely notice until one day we suddenly realize we've changed. And that makes me realize about one more responsibility. What moral responsibility do we have to each other? Because as our interactions with AI become increasingly more part of everyday life, I can't help but think about what happens when many of us begin carrying the habits and expectations formed in our exchanges with AI, where so little of our humanity is required, back into relationships with each other that demand all of it. Because eventually, we put the phone down, close the laptop, and return to one another. And when we do, will we still know how to be with each other? Let me know what you think. Let me know what resonated, what challenged you, what lingered, and I hope you have fun being suspended in thought.